everyone, Simone here. I just wanted to do a really quick video about a couple of experiences that I've had with doctors in the last few weeks that I'm really confused by. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had gotten an ultrasound and biopsy on my thyroid. So, thyroid problems exist throughout my family. It's a thing. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know about that. But anyway, just know that I got an ultrasound and a biopsy. At the place that I got the biopsy, it was like really not professional looking. Not to gross people out, but when I went to the changing room to put on one of those like reusable robes, I saw in the trash bin a used maxi pad. Yeah. So that kind of gives you an idea of the environment that I was sitting in. I then sat for an hour in my robe, half naked. They only needed to take my shirt off. That I shouldn't have said that on the internet, but whatever, I did. I waited there for a freaking hour and I didn't have any of my stuff with me because I was going into one of those rooms where I guess I couldn't have my shit. And so I was sitting there, no book, no magazines, no cell phone, staring at the floor, listening to MRI machines just like grr, 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 going in the next room over to me. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? What the hell is going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. So finally, after the person like calls my name, which by the way, I think was after their lunch hour, I had not eaten food. But this woman had enough time to go ahead and indulge and have her lunch. They put me down and they're telling me, oh, this is a procedure, this is what's gonna happen, you're gonna get needles, etc., etc. And then after I got all that done, I was laying there and they were like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna have you sit down here for a second. We're gonna do the labs right now, just in case we need to take more samples. Okay, fine. So I'm just laying there on a medical bed, and the ultrasound lady is just waiting for the test results from the doctor who's in the same room with me. And she by the way was like a 90-year-old Asian woman that spoke like proficient English. So I'm just laying there and I look over at the ultrasound woman and I look at her screen because it's like her computer screen is right there for me to see, and I can see that she is buying luggage on Amazon. Like, what the fuck? You have a patient on the bed waiting for results, waiting to hear if they have cancer or not. That's exactly what I was going through. And you're sitting there and you're like watching on a computer screen which luggage you're gonna buy. Couldn't you wait until I have left? I know that that it takes some time for labs to set up, but like, come on. What the fuck? So I'm sitting there, or I'm laying there, and then I finally hear the doctor, the person that's actually doing the tests, yell out, benign, benign, benign. And I'm like, what? I mean, obviously I know what the word benign means, but why am I in a room, laying on a bed, watching this ultrasound lady picking out her fucking like suitcases for her next vacation, while this old ass lady is yelling, benign, benign, both benign? What happened to bedside manner? What happened to like, oh yes, so I just wanted to let you know that the both have been benign. What if it was malignant? What if I turned out that I had cancer? That would mean that this woman would be yelling out, cancer, cancer, cancer. Ah! Like, what? So then after I heard they were benign, I heard some other random things about my thyroid that I just did not want to hear, and it just put me in this bad mood. She told me all these results. Obviously, I was getting emotional and I was starting to tear up a little bit, and all she could say was, so it's good? It's fine. Like, it's not like I have to make any life changes or anything like that, and I have to know about all these things. After I hear back from these test results, I go back to the little changing room with the maxi pad, and I put my clothes back on, and I just want to get the fuck out of there because it felt like I was like one of the like levels of hell. And all of a sudden, that old little lady comes back out of that little ultrasound room and says, wait, I need more samples. She is yelling. The next patient is getting ready to go into the ultrasound room to have just probably the same exact experience that I just had, and she's yelling, "Wait, I need more samples." So then, without having to change back into that robe, making the next patient wait, I go back in the room, lay back on the bed, get more samples, which, by the way, are not painful. They hurt, and maybe it's because I have a low threshold for pain, but come on, that was painful. So that was my experience with that lab, and I like honestly was just so frustrated by it that I had to tell my primary care physician and let her know that this happened. I don't get it. Doctors and people in the medical field are supposed to be there to help people. All I've seen so far from medical people is just a lack of empathy. I'm like trying to think back to when I had an actual really good conversation with my doctor where they didn't see me as some sort of disease or see me as a problem that they have to solve through, but actually saw me as a person. Like, I might not be dying, but you know, I find it very important to know all the facts, and I find it very important to figure out what the next steps are in order for me to be happy and live in a happy life. I don't want to discredit anyone that does this job because this job is fucking hard. I actually want to be felt like a human being. Like, is that too much to ask? Anyway, I apologize to anyone that I may have offended with this if you are a medical physician or you work in the medical field in some way, a technician, anything like that. I know that you guys work hard and I know that the work that you do isn't easy. I just wish that the experiences that I've had with people as yourselves, such as yourselves, was a little bit better. Okay, well, that was my rant. If you've had experiences like this in the past, or if you want to chat about it a little bit more, leave a comment below, and I would be happy to talk to you. If you like these videos and more, just subscribe. No, don't do that. I don't know. Don't subscribe. I'm like the anti-YouTuber. Okay. Well, I will see you soon. Bye.